Hey Internet, Eric here. Got another Fright Friday video for you guys. If you don't know what that is, or you're new to the channel, Fright Friday is a concept created over on the Horror Freak 85's channel. And what that is, it's just like Bloody Sundays or Slashback Saturdays. He has a certain theme for the week, and if you choose to participate, you find a film or horror movie that fits into that theme and discuss it. This week's theme was Virgin Sacrifice. And what that is it's not necessarily a movie that has a virgin sacrifice in it, but it's a first time watch and discussion. Your first time watching a specific horror movie, your first time virgin, whatever. And what I chose was for this one movie that has a huge following. For the longest time, I have not seen it. Today, I'm going to discuss Ginger Snaps. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. This came out in 2000. Basic plot is we are following the sisters Ginger and Brigitte. Okay, Ginger is played by Katharine Isabelle, who I've discussed quite a few times on this channel already. Freddy vs. Jason and See No Evil 2. And her sister Brigitte, who is Emily Perkins, or played by Emily Perkins, who I've discussed in my discussion of It, the 1990 miniseries. We're following them. They're two outsiders, I guess, not the norm in high school. And there's a lot of animal mutilations in the whole town, dog mutilations. And one night, Ginger has her first period. And, well, first off, what's going to happen is they're going to play a prank on the popular girl in the gym class that's always picking on Brigitte. And they're going to I think they're going to kidnap her dog and make it look like the dog was one of the victims. They come across the dog. It is one of the victims of this creature that's mutilating all the dogs. Ginger has her first period. The blood attracts this animal, which is a werewolf. It attacks Ginger, claws her, bites her. The rest of the film is she slowly turning into a werewolf, and Bridget is spending the rest of the movie trying to find a cure. Um, Ooh. Ooh. Got a huge following. I don't know if the movie was overhyped. I think this movie is kind of meh at best. And we'll get into that. First off, we'll talk about the leads. Emily Perkins as Bridget. Really liked her a lot. She's really good. She's got the look of the outsider, the outcast. She's always covered up in I don't know necessarily hoodie, but a long overcoat, this and that. She looks like she doesn't belong, and she's got a really good chemistry with Katharine Isabelle. You believe that they're loving sisters. They care about each other, and then after Ginger gets bit and she starts going through these changes, and she becomes more aggressive, what have you, and shuns Bridget. You believe Emily, when Emily. You believe her when she feels distraught, when she worries for her sister. So, Emily Perkins does a really good job in making it a likable character. I've trashed Katharine Isabelle every time I've talked about her. She's horrible in Freddy vs. Jason. She's horrible in See No Evil 2. I actually thought she was pretty good in Ginger Snaps. Makes me wonder what the hell went wrong. She's very likable in the very beginning, like I said with Emily Perkins. They have a really good chemistry together. They care about each other. I like when she's sticking up for Bridget when she's getting picked on in gym class, and then you believe her when she's in pain, going through these changes, and then when her attitude changes into a more negative type of person, you believe her as the bitch. And she usually plays that type of character, when you see her. She's also in the Carrie TV remake. I'm sure I'll get to talking about her like that. But really like these two. That's about it concerning the characters. There's another character, a drug dealer who finds the cure, and Emily Perkins is trying to, get him to help her. Don't give a shit about him. He's not good or bad, but he's just, eh. Mimi Rogers is their mom. She's in this movie maybe 10 minutes. Didn't care about her. Don't care about the dad. Don't care about any of these characters other than the two girls. So I don't know. The gore. Gore is really good. Gore is really, really good. Um, we get, bites, claws, um, blood puking, blood everywhere. Really good, really wet, good red blood. Um, a lot of the practical effects are pretty good. I like, the scar or the scratch marks on Katharine Isabelle. And then it's cool that, they make like little white hairs grow out of it because, she's becoming a werewolf. So I like how when she turns into the werewolf, she's a white werewolf, instead of the usual like brown haired wolf. It's cool to see something different. When we finally see the werewolf, I like how it looks. This big, giant, scary, menacing werewolf. I like a lot of the close up shots of it. So that looks good. So most of the practical effects are good. Except except for when before Ginger makes the final transformation, she kind of gets her brow enlarged a little bit. There's her cheekbones get enlarged. She gets the fangs put in, and instead of her looking really cool, I thought it looked like a cheaper version of David, like Kiefer Sutherland from The Lost Boys. I didn't care for it at all. Didn't like that at all. Um, and then there was a part before she, when she first starts changing. Like I said, I like the idea of the hair coming out of the claw mark, so that was a cool concept. But then they had a concept of Ginger growing a tail, and that reveal was just pretty dumb. Um, Ginger's sleeping. She's just sleeping in her underwear, and Bridget walks by and she sees her. She's sleeping on her stomach, so her butt's visible. She's in her underwear, and Bridget starts to pull down her underwear so we can just like maybe see the tip of her butt. And there's this little nub of a tail. And first off, when my wife, she was watching bits and pieces of this with me, she saw that, she just goes, and I had the same reaction. It just looked so stupid. It reminded me of, if you've ever seen Shallow Hal, Jason Alexander, he's born with a tail. I was waiting for Ginger's tail to start wagging just like his did. So, good concept, bad execution. And now let's get to the movie. Starts out really good. We find out that these girls are fascinated with death, and they're taking pictures of their various mock suicides or deaths, and they show their great bond. How they have scars on their hands that they did themselves younger, and they must have mixed their blood, and how they're going to die together. So you show that bond, and then the rest of the movie happens, and it just falls flat. It's super boring. I don't care about this drug dealer guy that they're friends with, or that Bridget's friends with, to try to make this cure. Don't care about it at all. Um, I don't care about anything that happens. I don't care about the parents because they're hardly in the movie at all. Um, it's just boring and dragged out until like maybe the last 10, 15 minutes when it's Bridget and the drug dealer guy on the run from a fully transformed Ginger. Um, it's maybe hour and 40 minutes, and I was into it for maybe half hour, 40 minutes at least. And like I said, the movie, it started off good. We see these animal mutilations. We see, the pictures of the girls. Oh, and another thing, I want to say the animal mutilations, the ripped up dog carcasses, those looked really good. Those looked really gross and wet. There's someone tries to pick up an arm, and the arm just falls off. So that was kind of cool. And then the last half hour, maybe 20 minutes of that, when fully transformed Ginger is chasing after Bridget. Um, the score was really good, keeping that moment intense. So that was good. And the way it ended, I was surprised, to be honest. I know there's a sequel and there's a prequel. I've heard the sequel is better. I've heard the prequel sucks. But the way this movie ended, knowing that there was a sequel, I did not think it would end the way it did. And I thought it was a really cool ending. I don't want to spoil it, but I thought it was really cool. I did not see it coming. I thought it was pretty pretty neat. Liked it a lot. And that ending shows again the acting talents of uh, Emily Perkins. I don't know if I called her Elizabeth earlier. Elizabeth is the chick from Big, I think. Emily Perkins. does a really, really good job. She's probably the star of this movie, even though it's Ginger Snaps, for Ginger. Um, there is a there is a cool scene I like. They're arguing with somebody in their home, and it results in that person accidentally dying, blood everywhere, and then mom and dad are coming home, and they hide the body in the fridge, like in like one of those, not like the stand up fridge in the kitchen, but like I think it's in their garage, one of those long fridges that are laying down. They hide the body in there, and because they can't clean up the blood in time, what do they do? They pretend like they're filming like one of their mock suicides or whatever. So that was ingenious, and then you think it's gonna go somewhere with the body, and it doesn't. And if it did, I don't remember because I was so damn bored. So a lot of missed opportunities. Um, Great beginning, great end, piss poor middle. Sorry to say. Highly disappointed overall with Ginger Snaps. I know it's got a huge following, but I'm not part of that. I'm going over to my parents this weekend. Usually, put it this way, usually I give my mother the DVDs of movies I've upgraded to Blu-ray. I'm probably never ever going to watch this again. I'm probably just going to give this to her and not even worry about upgrading it all. Uh, yeah, just didn't like it. Probably will never watch this again. And the sad thing is, I don't want to see the sequel or the prequels. I'm not interested in these characters at all. But yeah, good performances, especially Emily Perkins. Surprisingly, at least from my history with her, good performance with Katharine Isabelle. What the fuck happened to her? Don't know. Although a lot of people say she's good in American Mary, but I'm not a huge fan of the Soska sisters. But anyways, good performances by these two. Good practical effects for the most part. Good gore, wet, messy gore. Good beginning, good ending. Blah, middle, and that fucking tail thing was stupid. So yeah, Virgin Sacrifice, Ginger Snaps. The only thing I sacrificed, sadly, was my time. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below, click the bell, all that stupid shit. If you're one of the ones that do like this movie, comment below and tell me why. If you're one of the few that, because I don't know that many people that dislike this movie overall, tell me if I'm right and all that stuff. I'm good with interaction, and I'm mumbling too much. So, Ginger Snaps. No, I snap out of it. So yeah, like and subscribe. Said that already. Cheers, and are you sure they're just cramps?